very nice.
Day 2, and this is the motley crew heading for Bung. Hey! Departing our lodge last night, gained a little bit of altitude already. On the way to where? Solim Kaka. Here comes Nima trailblazing, and a very informative sign telling us where we're going to be going next. Looks like a bit of impromptu climb training. Nima sorting out the ropes there.
Yeah. Sherpa John.
Oh my God, you have to have a strong neck. No. Welcome to Chalinkarka, 3,500 metres. And some members of the motley crew in the background. Today we're heading to Kolakaka, and here's the motley crew behind me. Way! So here's the pass we're headed over today, around about 4,200 metres. You can already see some of the porters scaling their way over. Looking forward to that. So here we are at the pass, and that was a bit of a pull. We're about 4,200 metres.
No, 4-3.
Ah, Nima tells me we're at 4.3. So good acclimatisation coming over here today. Up here at 4,460, crossing the main pass, descending now down to the tea house for the night, and the clouds swirling in around us. Hard day, but all good stuff. Chalinkarka, accommodation for the night. We'll probably be in the tents because they're warmer than the actual building. Basic but comfortable. So we slept last night in these really comfortable tents, and we're off to Kote today. 3,490, so we're dropping down in altitude, up over that pass in about 6 hours on the flat and downhill. We've got some valley views here before we head down into Kote, and we really start heading up towards Mera Peak. Here you can see the mountainside path that we'll be taking, cut into the mountain. Looks awesome. It's a big descent today, almost 700 metres down to Kote. And there's Sabi picking his way through the rocks. So here I am with Pravin, who's one of the porters. We're ahead of the rest of the group. I'm not quite sure whether this is a lunch stop or just a stop off. We'll see when the guide Nima gets here. On my way into Kote. Checkpoint going out of Kote. We'll be heading up the valley. This one of our first glimpses of Mera Peak in the distance.
Very beautiful mountain, right?
What's it called by?
Khare.
Kang.
No? Yes.
Here's our lunch stop on the way to Taknak. We're yet to see the Three Sisters and the mountains poking out behind us. Here is the small monastery on the way to Taknak, Black Rock. Acclimatization walk today from the village of Taknak. You can see that there just down below. So that's Taknak. We've come up from this morning on our acclimatization walk, just having a bit of a break at the moment, and you can see the glacial waters up there, and look at the colour of them, just absolutely amazing. Just having a quick break, and then we'll head up to the top of this peak, another 140 metres. I think that takes us up to about 6.6. And then tomorrow we'll head off up those moraines. You can't see it at the moment, but there's a village called Khare in the distance. Taknak to Khare. You can see there Martin's just greased up his dome. We've left the shadows and we're now into the sunlight. And in the sunlight is Pemba! Whee! So here we are, approaching Khare. We'll be here for the next 2 nights, acclimatising. Nestled in there against the moraines. So this is the view as you walk into Khare, which is at the foot of Mera Peak. Nice little village, lots of accommodation and a staging post really for all the climbers. Here we are in Khare. And you can just see Mera Peak peeking through the clouds. That's what we'll be heading up in a few days' time. Acclimatisation hike this afternoon. There's Khare down there. Just gaining about 300 metres altitude. Heading up the moraines. Up to the prayer flags up there. 3rd day in Khare today. Behind me is the track leading up to Mera Peak Base Camp, about 5,300 metres. That's what we're looking to head up to today. And then the following day we'll head up to high camp at 5,800 metres before the assault on the summit. Here's Martin soaking in the rays just before lunch, and we make our ascent up to Base Camp. Come on guys, cheer up! Woohoo! On our way to base camp. Views on the backside of Mera. So here we are at the Mera base camp, about 5,300 metres. There's our tents there. It's a shame there's no views up here at the moment, but that's the way it goes. Clouds are rolling in from mid-morning. So the clouds are revealing the normal route up to high camp that we're going to take tomorrow. You can see a couple of people coming down, and we'll follow that up into the clouds to high camp. I'm just waiting for the sun to go down. When it does, the temperature will drop rapidly. We'll have something to eat in a minute. We'll get into our tents. And you can see just behind this rock, the sun is dropping down. Pan up here, you can see Mera. Here we are at Crampon Point, getting fitted up this morning, and as you can see, the normal route is pretty busy. There's a queue up there. We'll join that on our way up to high camp. So having a water stop on the way up to high camp. Here's the guys. Whee! And you can see the weather today is glorious. Absolutely awesome. You can see where high camp is. And the little knoll in the centre there is Mera Central. And we'll be going for that tomorrow morning. Here's Martin, just coming up to high camp. Here's the surroundings. Absolutely incredible. And we just need to drop down behind this knoll. And that's where we'll spend the night. And the route for tomorrow, up there, up for Mera Peak. Resting, hydrating before an alpine start tomorrow.
Dal Bhat ready. Dal Bhat power. 24 hours.
Pemba Hanchi Mori.
Haure Manchee.
Haure Manchee. Nima Haure Manchee. Well, here we are on the way to Mera Peak. I've been blowing out my arse all morning. There is Pemba and Michael in front of us on the rope, and that's the peak we're heading for. Awesome views here this morning. I'm going to keep this quick. Oh, there's Martin, and there's the sunset coming. Happy days. Symbolic of human endeavour. Here we are on the summit of Mera Peak, 6,476 metres, and look at the views. Awesome. Down there in the distance, Khare, where we lodged many days ago. Go on. Woken up to a beautiful morning in Kongdingma. This is where we descended yesterday after Mera Peak. We're out in the wilderness here in Nepal. Not much infrastructure, as you can see, so pretty basic structure we were slept in last night. But a beautiful morning down in this little cum. Yeah. What are you doing? Tell us what you're doing, Haure Manchee.
I'm cooking.
What are you?
Boiling water.
What for?
Boiling water.
What for?
For on the way, making a tea.
Excellent. Haure Manchee. Pemba says this is an easy day today. but this is just what we've been ascending. But you can see terrific views back up to Mera Peak, which we cracked yesterday. Awesome.
Okay, Manchee. Anda po po eh.
You can see why this lake is called Egg Lake. Peak 41 and Pemba and Mikhail descending into the valley. We'll head towards Khare up that valley, overshadowed there by Burunsi. On our way to Khare, first views of Mount Everest and Lhotse. Here we are coming into Khare, which means White Lake. That's where we're gonna stay for the night, and then off to Amphu Labsta Pass. So accommodation's still going to be basic tonight, but key for me now is getting a good night's sleep and some decent food inside me so I can recover. Namaste.
Namaste, Roshika.
Rashika, where are you, Rashika? Namaste, Rashika. Sunita. Namaste. Namaste. Woken up to a really overcast morning here this morning in Khare. As you can see behind me, the sun is trying to break through, but it is really chilly. So today we're off to Amphu Labsta base camp, where it's likely to be pretty cold, but we can set base camp there ready for an early start the next morning to cross Amphu Labsta at 5,850 meters. This is Nepalese flat. Believe me, it's not flat. Pemba and Mikhail heading across the flat towards the moraines. We're going to head up to the moraines and round to the left of that knoll. Finding it tough today, cumulative fatigue just mounting up on me. But let's keep going and see what we can do. Looking back over my shoulder. Here's the boys. Every time we stop, they catch us up and then go past us. They're strong boys.
Nepali hero.
Nepali hero. He loves Rashika. And this one here is a Haure Manchee. Amphu Labsta base camp, 5,500 meters. As you can see, the weather's closed in around us and looks like we're in for a pretty uncomfortable night tonight. The porter's cracking on, jovially, and I'm in my tent. Hopefully get some rest this afternoon, because it's been pretty hard to recuperate and the cumulative fatigue is building up massively. We'll see what the pass has got in store for us tomorrow, if the weather lets us cross. So this is the Amphu Labsta Pass. This here, 5,850 meters, which we're going to head up this morning. As you can see, it's been snowing in the evening, and with my lack of energy, it's going to be tough. Amphu Labsta Base Camp, 7 o'clock in the morning, looking wonderful after a night of snowfall. The boys loving it. Khare and Pemba, and that's the route we've come from. Looking beautiful, but harsh. That's been a brutal climb. We're about halfway there.
You need to come left side. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. Change your shape.
Here we are, made it to the top of Amphu Labsta. What a beast of a climb, and we're not hanging around. Is Pemba heading down already? Michael following him sharply, and the porter's just taking a few shots. So, human endeavour to get all the way up, and now a nice abseil on the way down. Really steep back climb, as opposed to an abseil. Well, here we are on a small stance, overlooking the backside of Amphu Labsta. Pemba's sorting the ropes out to lower the luggage down, and then we're going to ab off just that short abseil down there, and then we can resume our walk.
Haure Manchee, Rochika.
They're all calling him funny man. Haure Manchee, funny man.
Don't leave the rope, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Look at here.
Taken us about 2.5 hours to get down from the pass there today, because all the new snow. So Michael is saying 3 hours? Yeah. Because all the new snow meant we had to pathfind on the way down. So you can see that looks like we've had an epic day there today. And if I pan around, here's the boys. They're just rebalancing the gear. How blue that is. This is Chukung. We've been battling to get to ever since descending Amphu Labsta Pass. I'm destroyed. Heading out today from Chukung down to Namche Bazaar. About a 14-mile walk, but look at the scenery. Awesome. I got Pravin with me in front as my porter. As I say, long day down into Namche, but a step closer towards civilization. We'll we'll go down the next morning to Lukla, get a flight into Kathmandu hopefully. First stop of the day, Pravin heading down into Ubushe, down there in the distance. Well, I remember this from 20 years ago, and this place has changed. The monastery is still the same though. You can see up there, monastery is spectacular. Well, we're here in Tenboche at 3,875 metres, not Dingboche as I keep saying. Just stopping for lunch with Pravin. Gonna have a cheese sandwich with some chips. And we thrashed it hard to get from Chukung to Tenboche in 4 hours here today. It's Namche Bazaar, a bit bigger than when I was here 20 years ago. This is a type of development that's ongoing in Namche Bazaar. And then if you look up the hill back behind me, you can see 2-story, 3-story homes. We're off again. Today we're leaving Namche Bazaar, heading into Lukla. Another long day, I think it's about 15 kilometers. Walking down to the next bridge over the Dukosi, you can see flooding has taken out a lot of the path and infrastructure work here, so we're having to zigzag back across, making it a little bit slower going to Lukla. Oh, here we are. Paved streets. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more development here in Lukla. So here we are in Lukla Airport Resort. You can see the helipad down there is pretty busy, and this is the airstrip. The airstrip comes into the side of the mountain and basically turns around in the town. Awesome. And here is my hotel overlooking that airstrip. Tonight's accommodation in Lukla overlooking the airstrip.